Hi and welcome aboard. I'm Bob Mansfield, Chief Executive Officer of Optus Communications. If this is your first experience with Optus, you're in for a pleasant surprise. Optus was a company built on service. Optus is service, not just today, but every day, 24 hours a day. Optus is a company built on people, just like you. So rest assured, it's a commitment to being there all the time, keeping you connected to the world and meeting your needs.
Congratulations! Not only have you chosen the right phone, but going digital with Optus is definitely the way to go. It means you're part of one of the most sophisticated communications networks in the world, giving you the power to communicate not only here and now, but way into the next century. It's the technology of our future. But like with any technology, the real power comes when you really know how to use it. The tricky bit is in the learning. Take the simple video recorder. It still has most of us calling for the nearest kid just to program in the time. But please don't panic. Just sit back, relax, stick with me. I'll show you exactly what to do. The thing to remember is that you're in control. If at any stage I've gone a bit fast, just rewind the tape. If at any stage I've gone a bit fast, just rewind the tape. Pretty clever, hey? And if after watching the tape right through, you'd like to brush up on a particular section, just fast forward or rewind the tape, watching the topic bar up there until you find what you're after. Right, so to get started, let's have a look at what you should have in front of you. Besides your phone, you should have a battery and lightweight battery charger, the phone's user guide and warranty card, the Optus Digital Services Starter Pack, including Optus Access Card or SIM card, as it's also known, a network user guide, as well as the guide to optional services. Starting with the access card, this is basically your communications passport. It acts to store information, the most important bit being your phone number. To install it, place the card onto the back of the phone so the picture side faces outwards and the gold contacts on the other side are at the bottom. Slide it upwards as far as it will go. Now take the battery and place it against the back of the phone with the catch at the top, making sure to match up these small plastic tabs with the grooves on the battery. Press the battery against the phone and slide upwards. It will click into position. If you need to, removing the battery is simply a matter of pressing the locking catch and sliding the battery down. Turning the phone over and looking at the keypad, there'll be a few unfamiliar keys. Don't worry about them at this point. We'll make life a bit easier and tackle them as we come to them. Now it's important that before going any further, you fully charge the phone's battery. It's a must that for the first charge, you leave it charging for 16 hours with the power turned on the whole time. This will ensure the future performance of the battery is maximised. So plug the charger into the base of the phone, the charger into the mains, and turn the phone on by pressing the power key or on-off key in the top left-hand corner for 1 second. Up comes this display, but for the moment, don't touch a thing. Before heading on, another tip on keeping your battery happy. Make sure to fully discharge the battery once a week. That is, leave the phone on until it turns itself off. For other tips, check out the manual. Now you can practice with the phone while it's plugged in and charging, but make sure not to remove the charger cable until the full 16 hours is up. Now with the power turned on, the phone will be asking you for your PIN code, a security code just like you use with your bank cards. All Optus mobile digitals start life with a PIN of 0000. So enter that, making sure that if you make a mistake, correct it before continuing by using the C or clear key. Pressing it briefly clears the last number you pressed. Keeping C pressed for a second will clear the whole screen. Just wait a few seconds for the PIN code request to reappear. Now be careful here because 3 incorrect attempts to enter the PIN will bring up these displays called puck displays. If this happens, don't touch any more keys and immediately contact Optus customer service. When you've entered the numbers correctly, press M, which acts like an enter key, confirming your actions. As long as you're in a mobile coverage area, the phone is now up and running. The way the PIN works is that the phone can't be used until it's successfully entered into the phone after turning it on. But we're not kidding anybody. 0000 isn't exactly hard to guess. So if you want to change your PIN or deactivate it altogether, check out the manual for details. Now, before we make a call, let's have a quick look around the phone's screen. In the top left-hand corner is the letter A, indicating you're using memory A. That's explained a bit later. Then down the left-hand side with an S at the bottom is the cellular signal strength indicator. The more bars, the better the signal. This symbol shows the phone is switched on, and the word serve across to the right indicates that the phone is registered on the network. Then up the right-hand side, above the letter B, is the battery indicator. Again, the more bars, the better the charge. While the battery is charging, it will scroll from bottom to top. When charging is complete, the scrolling will stop and all 3 bars will be displayed. At last, we're up to the really easy bit, making a call. First, pop up the antenna and enter the number you want to call into the keypad. In my case, a Sydney number. If you make a keying mistake, press the C key to clear the last number entered, or keep the key pressed for a second to clear the whole screen. Now, press the green phone key. If during your conversation you find the volume through the earpiece either too loud or too quiet, play with the arrow keys until you get it just right. When you finish the call, be sure to press the red phone key, effectively hanging the phone up. Now, when someone calls you, press the green phone key to answer the call. You can set the phone up so by pressing any key you can answer the call. The manual has the details. And again, when finishing the call, press the red phone key. There are also a heap of options on both the actual type of ringing and the volume. You can even choose to relate to your phone in one of 10 different languages. Italian, for example. Bene bene. Look in the book for info on how. One easily activated feature that could save a few problems is key guard. What it does is to deactivate the keys, so when you're carrying the phone around in your pocket or your bag, you can't accidentally bump a key and make a call. To activate or deactivate key guard, all you have to do is press the menu key followed by the star key. And remember, key guard doesn't stop you from receiving incoming calls. Now with the keys back up and active, one thing worth knowing is how to do a speedy redial on the last number you called. Say, for example, it was engaged the first time. Make sure firstly that you pressed the red phone key to end the last call. Clear the screen by pressing the C key for a second. Then press the green phone key twice and you're away. You can also set the phone to automatically redial when the number you're calling's engaged. I'll explain how in a minute. So by now we've covered the basics and hopefully I haven't lost anybody along the way. Just remember, you can always pause the tape. In fact, it might be worth doing so at this point and getting yourself a coffee. If only it was always that easy. So let's see, where were we up to? Oh, that's right, the memory. It's possible to store both numbers and names. Now, there are actually 2 places where these details are stored. The first is on the access card, called Memory A, containing 50 memory locations. And then there's the phone's memory, or Memory B, containing 99 memory locations. Both memories operate just the same, but if you want to switch between them, the manual's got the details. Now, to store a number and name, begin by entering the number, remembering to always include the area code, even your local one. This will allow you to make a call to the correct number directly from the memory, even if you happen to be interstate or outside your local dialing area. With this done, press the ABC key, which will enable you to use the keypad to enter letters. Use the appropriate key and press until reaching the letter you want. Wait for a second, and the cursor will move to the next space ready for the next letter. Whoops, lip, that's definitely not right. If you make a mistake, use the C key to correct it. To leave a space between words, press the hash key. When that's all done, press M and you'll be asked if you wish to save it to the first memory location available. At this point, number 1. If you want a different location, enter the number you want, And finally, press M again. Once you've stored several entries into the memory, there are several ways to find a specific person. The most basic is to press ABC, allowing you to view or enter letters, and then scroll through the names using the arrow keys. Probably the best way is to press ABC and then enter the person's name, followed by pressing the R or recall button. And there it is. To call their number, just press the green phone key. But the fastest of all is one touch dialing for those frequently dialed names and numbers stored in memory locations 1 to 9. You will need to first refer to the phone's manual for instructions on how to activate this feature on the phone. Once activated, making a call is as simple as pressing the memory location number for the person you want to call for 1 second, and the phone will automatically start dialing the corresponding phone number. Now, an electronic memory might be one thing, but yours may not be coping as well. Don't worry, it will all come a lot easier with a bit of practice and by keeping the video and manual close by. Now, so far, we've only touched briefly on the menu key. What you're about to find out is how this one key acts as your gateway to an incredible range of phone and network options. Navigating through those options is simple and put on paper would look like a decision tree. To take an example, let's set up the auto redial system. First, press Menu. Now start scrolling through the options using the arrow keys. When you reach the one saying Phone Settings, press M. This takes you down to the next level of decisions, in this case, which phone setting. Scroll through them until you hit Auto Redial. Again, press M, and again, you go down another level. This time, by scrolling, you choose whether to turn the system on or off. Choose On and press M to confirm your choice. Now, probably the most powerful of all the menu options is call diversion, a service that effectively means you're carrying an office in the palm of your hand.
I mean, I can't believe it, Steve. What use is that thing going to be? We're stuck in court for the day, and the only number you give to Bob, potentially our biggest client, and I stress potentially, is your mobile number. The same mobile that's going to be switched off for the day.
Sue, just relax a bit. It'll work out. Trust me.
Hello, Oaks and Partners.
Oh, it's Bob Seville from Westbrook, and I gather that's not Stephen Oakes' mobile phone. Is he in?
Oh yes, Mr. Seville. Mr. Oaks is in court today and diverted his phone through to the office number. But he has asked me to pass on that if you were to go ahead with the case, he'd be happy to put aside all of next week for your business.
Well, tell him most certainly yes, and that I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, fantastic. We'll see you soon.
What was that all about?
Well, due to the brilliance of my mobile office and a clever diversionary tactic, it seems Bob got onto the office and we got the business.
Now, your phone automatically comes with the call diversion service. Your only decision is to choose between the diversion options. The first one is the Divert All option, where every incoming call is diverted to a number of your choice. The second is Divert If Busy. So when you're talking on the phone, any incoming calls will be diverted, again to a number of your choice. Then there's the If No Reply diversion, where it diverts if you're away from your phone and you don't answer it. And the fourth, the If Not Available diversion, which is for when the phone's turned off or out of range. These are all activated individually, so let's look at how to activate Divert If Busy. Begin by pressing the menu key and scroll through until finding Call Divert. Press M, and again scroll until finding Divert If Busy. Press M and scroll until finding Activate Divert. Press M. Now, enter the number you wish calls to be diverted to, making sure to begin with the area code, unless you happen to be diverting to another mobile phone where area codes don't apply. And finally, press M. Call diversion is now active. But what if you don't have a preferred number to divert calls to, but still want to know who called and why? Well, that's where the brilliance of the voicemail system comes into action.
You wouldn't believe what I got away with.
What? What did you do?
Well, you know how I was having lunch with David last week? You know, that guy that talked me into a date? Well, there we were at lunch. Meanwhile, Greg, that fantastic guy from marketing, is supposed to be calling me on my mobile. Well, maybe to make a date for the same night.
No way.
Yep. But don't worry, I had my phone diverted to my voicemail. But that's not the end of it, because David turned to me and said,
So how about let's make it a double today? And what about dinner tonight?
which really threw me. So I say I might already have something else on tonight. If he gives me a tip, I'll just phone my voicemail service and check.
Hello, Kate Shelton. You have one unplayed message. Wednesday, 1:12 p.m.
Hi there, Greg here. I'm okay for tonight. Looking forward to it too. Call me.
Sorry, David. Looks like I'm busy.
You are a genius.
Now that's technology working for you, and voicemail is another service you automatically access when using the Optus network. It's basically like having a pocket-sized portable answering machine. To get your voicemail set up, dial the appropriate following 3-digit access code on your mobile phone and press the green phone key. You would have been given your 3-digit access code when you connected to Optus. For example, I'm in New South Wales and my code is 221. You will automatically be connected to the voicemail service and taken through a tutorial on how to set it up. Put me on pause while you do this, and remember, if you have any problems, refer to the Optus user guide. Now, it's important to know that when your phone was connected to Optus, diversion to your voicemail was automatically set up for the diversion options: divert if busy, if no reply, and if not available. If you reset any of these options during the earlier call diversion section and want to now or in the future divert them back to voicemail, this is how to do it. Press Menu and scroll through to Call Divert. Press M. Decide under what circumstances you wish calls to divert through to voicemail. Select the option you want and press M. Scroll to the Activate Divert screen and press M. Now, when asked for the phone number, enter the 3-digit access code you used to call voicemail earlier. Here are the numbers again. Finally, press M and you're done. Now, when someone leaves a message on your voicemail, an envelope symbol will appear on screen along with Message Received. To confirm if these are voicemail messages and see how many you have, press Menu and scroll through to the Messages screen. Press M and scroll to the Read Messages screen. Again, press M. You can then see how many messages were left and when they were left. By scrolling down, you can confirm it's from voicemail and you're given the 3-digit access code you need to call to hear the message. To erase the written message from the memory, just press C quickly while the message is on screen, followed by M to confirm this. You can make accessing your voicemail messages even easier by programming the 3-digit code into memory location 1 and use the one-touch dial system simply by pressing number 1 for 1 second. Rewind to the memory section if you can't remember how to do this. So by now, you're really starting to build up a good range of services that can get you out of some tight spots. But what about those times when you don't want to be called, but still have an urgent need to be notified of something? Well, that's where the Sure Page system takes over.
Mate, there's no way we can do both jobs at the same time.
But Franco, the big city job's worth so much more money.
Yeah, but the suburban job is money on the table, and the guy's just arrived on site for the meeting and he's going to want a commitment. Look, I'll switch my mobile phone to Sure Page, and if you can get onto the city people straight away, get the start date and call me ASAP.
Hello, Franco Gisani's office. Your message, please.
Ah, yes. The message is city job next month. Take both jobs.
Well, the thing is, Franco, I need a commitment to start immediately. What do you say?
Well, Mr. Rankin, it looks like our timing's perfect. We're with you 100%.
Ooh, Ooh, Saved by the Bell, silent though it was. Now, the Optus Sure Page service is optional with an additional monthly fee. Unless you've already done so, accessing the service involves filling the forms out that came with your phone and sending them in. Now, if you've already done this, diverting your calls to Sure Page is very similar to what you did with voicemail. And again, the envelope symbol indicates when a message has arrived. For full details, go to the Optus Mobile Services User Guide. Well, even though there are still some fantastic services to tell you about, I'd say for now your learning limit might have been reached. This is where I'm going to leave it to the manual to take over. And remember, Optus also has a range of accessories to make mobile life even better, such as the hands-free car kit, alternate batteries with different talk times, and desktop charger stands. The enormous benefits of being connected to Optus also include having the power to receive faxes via the voicemail system, using your phone overseas, or taking out phone insurance if you feel the need. Check the Optus brochure or call Optus customer service any time of the day or night for more detail. So, thanks for joining me on this tour of your new Optus mobile digital phone. If you've managed to remember everything, you're a genius. Otherwise, if you're human, just keep practicing and don't forget, I'm always here if you need me. Bon voyage.